I am a dancer with Northern Ballet, and I've been with the company for 10 years, which is a very long time. And I've recently started my yoga teacher's training, and I've also recently started teaching. So I'm very excited. It's kind of like my first big class. I wanted to thank George for having me, because Project Saute for having me on the page. I love what George does with this, because I know that he works really hard to bring the best content possible and make it accessible to the community in Taiwan. And yes, thank you very much for having me, and I hope you guys enjoy the class. It's going to be a very easy class, quite stretchy and relaxing. I'm going to guide you through some very simple postures and a bit of a flow. However, please be careful not to hurt yourself. If I can't see you, so I can't help you directly. So if you do anything, if you feel like anything's not feeling too comfortable, just sit down and have a breath and maybe pick it up from the next posture. It's always very beneficial to just focus on the breath and just relax for a bit and then keep going again. So like I said before, we are going to start sitting down, and we're going to focus on the breath for a bit. I quite like in the beginning of the class to sit on a cushion or a blanket, so you can fold up a blanket or grab a cushion. We're going to start sitting cross-legged, and we are just going to take a moment to just land on the mat and just let go. Just think of this time as a little bubble for yourself where you can forget about the outside world for a bit. Maybe place your back of your hands on the knees, palms facing up, fingers relaxed. Gaze down or close your eyes and just focus on the breath. Don't do anything about it for now. Just see what it feels like to breathe today. Is it smooth? Is it a bit tense? If it's tense, maybe relax your shoulders. And after a few minutes of this, we're just going to bring our attention to our belly and try and see what the breath feels like in the belly. The belly rising as you breathe in and falling as you breathe out. Try and take a few breaths just from your belly. Relax your chest and shoulders. And just breathe in and out from your belly. While you're here, you might want to take a moment to set an intention for the class. I like to think of this as little reminders. Just how do you want to feel? Is there something that you might want to cultivate in your life or in your practice? Do you want to be more compassionate? Maybe you want to bring more self-love to yourself. Maybe you want to just relax and forget about the outside world for a bit. Take a moment to set your intention. Keep the focus on the breath, and when you're ready, open your eyes and lift the hands above your head, palms together. Breathe here. Here you can gaze just in front of you, or maybe raise your chin, look up. Breathe in long, breathe out, hands to the heart. Now we're going to flow with the breath. We're going to breathe in, hands up. Breathe out, hands to the heart. The right knee, and we're twisting. We're going to either stay here or breathe in long, breathe out, twist the body. Try and look behind you. One more breath here. When we're ready, we're going to breathe in, breathe out, bring the hands back up, body to the middle. And breathe in here, breathe out on the other side. Left hand behind us, right hand onto a knee and twist. Breathe in here. Breathe out, either stay or deepen the twist. Look over your shoulder. Breathe here. Breathe out, come back to the middle and hands to the heart. Very good. So now just find your way into a tabletop position, all fours. You can place your blanket to the side. You might want to need it again at the end. So in this position, on all fours, we want to have the shoulder over the wrist and the hip over the knee. And a nice neutral spine. So the belly button is gently pressed towards the spine. The tailbone is going to the back and the neck is long. Crown of the head very open towards the front of the room. When we're ready, we're going to breathe in, look up, arch your back gently. Breathe out and curve. Tuck your tailbone in, make it feel nice to the back of your back. And breathe in, arch. We're doing this a few times. Breathe out, curve. Breathe in, arch. Maybe you want to go deeper. Bend your elbows. Breathe out, curve. 2 more. Breathe in, arch. Make it feel nice. Breathe out, curve. Breathe in, arch, last one, and breathe out, curve, stretch, and come back to neutral. Place your bottom to the heels, and let's go stretch into child pose. I love this pose. We're going to just take a few moments here just to do what you need. Don't worry about your form for this one, just like I quite like to go side to side. Get your body ready to start going. And when you're ready, just gently find your way to the front of your mat. So I'm going to face you and then I'm going to change, but you just stay facing one way. We're going to find our mountain pose, Tadasana. We are going to have our feet just slightly apart. For some people that might be hip distance to feel more comfortable. And what we're going to do, we're going to lift our toes up and then we're going to place them back down onto the floor. We're going to ground. We're going to feel the ground. And we're going to lift our knees without locking them. We're going to slightly engage our glutes. Belly button to the spine. Long side. Shoulders roll back. Hands face forward. Mountain pose. Just feel the connection to the earth. From here, we're going to breathe like we did at the beginning. We're going to lift our hands up, palms facing each other, and breathe here. Make each breath go longer from the waist up and into the floor from the waist down. Breathe in long, breathe out, hands to the heart. We flow, we go breathe in, up, palms together, breathe out to the heart. Breathe in, palms to the heart. Breathe out to the heart and breathe in to the ceiling. Breathe out to the heart. When we breathe in, breathe out, bend your knees. Now I'm going to turn. In this position, we want our weight slightly on our heels and a nice long back. We place our hands onto our knees and we make the chin parallel to the floor so we have a nice flat back. This is our halfway fold. We can do this with knees bent or knees stretched, but let's keep them bent for now. Remember this pose, we're going to go back to it. And when we're ready, breathe in, bring the hands back up to the ceiling, breathe out to the heart. We do this one more time, we go further. Breathe in, hands up. Breathe out, we go bend our knees, hands to the heart. Breathe in here, breathe out, hands to halfway fold. And when we're ready, we can either stay here or we can bring our hands lower, maybe the ankles or maybe the mat. And here you can just relax your neck and either keep your knees bent or start maybe walking your legs. Bend one knee after the other, maybe lift your heels. Just enjoy this stretch. You can just stretch your knees and stretch your back. Just relax, breathe here. When we're ready, we're going to step our right leg back, left leg back into a plank position. So here you've got the option to place your knees down or Keep them up, and in a minute we're all going to join each other to a knees, chest, chin to the mat. When you're here, just slide your hips down, slide your toes, and you've got your shoulders away from your ears. Here you press your hands onto the mat, you lift your shoulders, look up into cobra. And breathe here, breathe out, forehead to the mat. When you're ready, we're going to tuck our toes in, we're going to go into all four tabletop position, and from here, try and lift your knees and then send your hips to the ceiling for your first downward dog. In this position, we want to have a nice long back. Make sure the hips are pushing towards the ceiling. You can have your knees bend and maybe the heels are not quite getting to the floor, that's okay. Just make sure you press your hands, shoulders away from the ear, enjoy this. You might want to walk your dog. Quite like that expression, walk it off. And from here, few more breaths. Make sure you take nice deep breaths. We're going to look to our hands and we're going to walk our feet to our hands into a full fold. You can bend your knees, don't forget, listen to your body. From here, we're going to go into our half fold. And then we go back down and we bend our knees, breathe in, lift everything up, hands to the ceiling and hands to the heart. Very good, we're going to do that one more time. Breathe in, hands to the ceiling. Breathe out, hands to the heart, bend your knees. Breathe in, breathe out, hands to either the knees, ankles or the mat. Maybe stretch your knees. Breathe in, breathe out, left leg steps back, right leg back. Plank position, option to put your knees down. Now here we go knees, chest, chin onto the mat. And when we're here, we're going to slide our hips and toes out, shoulders away from the ears. And from here, we push with our hands onto the mat, we go up to cobra. Make sure the cobra has your shoulders and shoulder blades squeezed together. And when you're ready, forehead to the mat, breathe out. Tuck your toes in, tabletop position. Lift the knees, lift the hips, downward dog. Just see in this position, see if it feels a little bit longer already. Or maybe you still need to walk your feet to stretch the back of your legs. Try and increase the length of your spine. When we're ready, we're going to look to our hands. We're going to walk our feet onto the hands. Relax your neck. Come up to halfway fold. Forehead back to the knees, hands on the mat. Full fold, bend the knees. Hands up, breathe in. And hands to the heart, breathe out. Wonderful. While you're here, take a moment to reconnect with your breath and maybe remind yourself of your intention. And when we're ready in a second, we're going to go again. We're going to breathe in, hands to the ceiling. Breathe out, this time we're going to bend the knees and the hands to the heart at the same time. We're going to stay here. At this point, we might want to stay here, or we might want to put our hands over our head for chair pose. Stay here for a few breaths. When we're ready, hands go down to the mat, knees stretch, and halfway fold. Nice and flat back and down. From here, we're going to do what we've done before. Right leg back, left leg back, plank. Either knees, chest, chin onto the floor or full chaturanga. So that's like a press up. So we go down towards the floor, we hover a little bit, and then we relax the toes down. Again, push the hands into the mat, up for cobra. Breathe in, breathe out, forehead to the mat. Tuck your toes in and lift your hips up to downward dog. Very good. Now here, we are going to bend our right knee and we're going to step our right foot in between our hands and place our left knee onto the mat. So either stay here and breathe or press your belly button into the spine and lift your hands over your head. In this position, keep pressing your right foot into the mat. Make sure the shoulders are down. Here you can either stay and breathe, or breathe long up and breathe out, look up, and maybe slightly arch your back. Crescent. From here, breathe in, breathe out, place your hands back to the mat. Now either stay here and breathe, or stay in this position with your knee, or stretch it. That's 3 options for you. And if you stretched your knee and you want to twist, you can plant your left hand into the mat and lift your right hand into the ceiling. Breathe here. Have your belly button pressed into the spine so that this is not a passive position, we're still active with our legs. Breathe in, breathe out, hand back to the mat. Breathe in, breathe out, back to downward dog. Stretch here, breathe. Now we do the same with the other leg. So we bring the left leg, left foot in between the hands. We place our right knee onto the mat. We breathe here, option to stay or belly button to the spine, and we lift our hands up overhead, foot press down, and we option to stay here or breathe in long, breathe out, look up and arch your back slightly. Be careful with this arch, just make it as comfortable as you can. From here, breathe in, breathe out, hands back to the mat. Option to keep your knee where it is or stretch. Plant your right hand onto the mat and your left hand goes up. Make sure your abs are engaged, so your belly button is pressed in towards the spine. Try not to let your left knee go outwards. Keep it in line with the ankles and the toes. Active legs. From here, we're going to breathe in, breathe out, bring the hand back up, and we walk back to a downward dog. Nice stretch. Very good. Here we breathe in, we look to our hands. Breathe out, walk the feet towards the hands. Relax your head. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, we go down again. And we bend our knees. Breathe in, hands to the ceiling and hands to the heart. Breathe out. Very good. We're starting to get some heat into the body. So maybe you want to focus on this time. You might want to feel a little tingling around your body, maybe in between your hands. Keep observing your breath. Keep your mind calm. Now we're going to do one last flow. We lift our hands to the ceiling and we now open the hands and we do a full fold down, forehead towards the knees, hands to the mat. We lift up, breathe in to halfway fold. We breathe out, hands to the mat, forehead to the knees. One more chaturanga, so we press right leg back, left leg back. Now either place knees, chest, chin onto the floor or full chaturanga, press up, down. Unroll the feet and press your hands onto the mat, cobra. This time you might want to push it a little bit further. Be careful with your lower back. Breathe in, breathe out. From here, we're going to tuck your toes, find your way to downward dog. You can go through tabletop, of course. Option to stay here and breathe. That's very beneficial, you know, to do like 5 or 6 breaths in this position. Or other option is to go to a 3-legged dog. So we're going to lift our right leg to the ceiling. So try and keep your hips square and your foot flexed. From here, on our next in-breath, we're going to open our right hip and we're going to bend our right knee and let the foot flop. This is a nice side stretch. Here you can maybe reach your foot a little bit further to the left to make this stretch go deeper. And when we're ready, we're going to square our hips and we're going to breathe in, stretch a knee and flex a foot, and breathe out, place the foot back down. From here, we're going to go to a plank position again. We're going to hold. Option to place your knees onto the floor. Hold here. We're working the center of our body. It's important to have a strong core. Now from here, let's drop our heels towards the left of our body. And let's bring our right hand onto the ceiling for a side plank. Option to put your left leg down for extra support. If you're here, just breathe. Maybe you want to challenge your balance, look up. And when you're ready, look back down, hands back to plank and down dog. Now here, breathe, place your knees onto the floor and sit back down into child pose. Let's stretch our back. At this point, you might want to place your forehead on the mat and maybe place your hands behind you to give the wrists a rest. Very good. Shake your wrists. And when we're ready, we're going to place the hands back up. Find your way back to a downward dog. Nice long position. When we're ready, we're going to do the same with the other leg. So we're going to lift our leg up, flex foot, toes towards you. And either stay here and breathe, or on the next in-breath, open the left hip and bend the left knee, let the foot flop. Here, you might want to reach a little bit further to stretch the side of the body. And when you're ready, we're going to square our hips back up, stretch our left knee, flex the foot, and breathe in, breathe out, bring the foot back down. Here, breathe in, breathe out, lower the hips into a plank. Stay here. And breathe. In this position, you want to press the mat with the hands so that your shoulders don't sink this way. And while we're here, we're going to breathe in, breathe out, lower the heels towards the right. And lift your left hand onto the ceiling. And either look in front of you or up to challenge your balance. Option to put your bottom leg down, that will be your right leg at this time. Nice strong sides, breathe here. And breathe in, breathe out, come back down and down dog. Very good. Last down dog of the series. When we're ready, we look up towards our hands and we walk our feet to our hands. And here we do halfway lift. And bring the hands back down to the mat. Bend your knees and breathe in, lift your hands up to the ceiling, breathe out, hands to the heart. Stay here a minute. We've had quite a lot of work into the body. We might start feeling a bit of heat. Hopefully we're feeling longer. Just bring your attention back to your intention that you set at the beginning of the class. Let's bring the mind back to a quiet place. We've got one more standing series and then we're starting to cool down. Now from this position, we're going to step our right leg back. So really important that we take this step the right amount. So it will be different for each person, but what we want is to be slightly more than we would normally do, just so that when we bend our front leg, the knee can go parallel to on top of the ankle and not over, and also I can still see my big toe when I look down. So that depends how much you want to bend your knee. So also we want to have our front heel in line with our back heel and the back foot slightly turned out so that the heel can be nice and comfortable onto the floor. Here we try to square our hips as much as possible, lift a knee without locking it. And on the next in-breath, we're going to breathe in, hands up. Breathe here. Breathe in, breathe out, bend the front knee. Stay here in Warrior One. Look front for now. On the next in-breath, we're going to stretch our front knee. Breathe out, bend. We do this twice more. Breathe in, stretch. Breathe out, bend. Breathe in, stretch. Breathe out, bend. And stay here. Now breathe in, breathe out, bring the hands behind your back. Maybe you want to hold your elbows. Or if you want to go a bit further, interlock your fingers behind your back. Stretch your elbows, look up, breathe in, breathe out, maybe back bend slightly. Push your hands away from your body. From here, breathe in, breathe out, come back up. Leave the hands where they are and fold your body forward. Just to where it goes. Maybe your left shoulder will go to your left knee. Relax your neck into humble warrior. Feel this stretch to the front of the shoulders. Breathe in here. Breathe out, come back up. Hands to the ceiling. Stretch your front leg. Here, we're going to rotate our left foot to the front. We might have to readjust slightly so that both our feet are facing the front. And we're in a nice light wide position. Hands to the heart. Here, we're going to breathe in. Breathe out, we're gonna fold from the hips, flat back, into a half wide-legged fold. Option to stay here, place your hand onto your knees, or maybe a bit lower. Or for advanced option, we might want to place our hands down onto the mat and relax your neck. Try and bring your weight forward towards your toes. Make sure that the knees are not locked in this position, but just lift up so that we have nice, strong legs. Breathe. Feel the stretch into the back of the spine. Let gravity take you further. Quiet your mind. And when you're ready, breathe in here, breathe out, come back up, hands to the heart. We do it all on the other side. So we're going to rotate our right foot to face the opposite way where we were before. I need to readjust, and we readjust our feet so our heels again are in line. Toes of the back leg slightly facing the angle outwards, and front foot facing right in front of us. Hips rotate, belly button in, tailbone onto the floor. Legs lifted but not locked. That's very important. So we're going to look forward, we're going to breathe in, we're going to lift our hands. And when we breathe out, we're going to bend our front knee. Warrior one. Make sure you adjust the position if you need to. You might want to slide your back foot backwards a little bit. Here, breathe in and stretch your front leg. Breathe out, bend your front leg. Breathe in, stretch. Breathe out, bend. We're going to do this one more time. Breathe in, stretch. Breathe out, bend, stay here. Keep your belly button pressing towards your spine, long body, shoulders away from the ears. Here, breathe in, breathe out, hands go down behind the back. Again, option to either hold your elbows or just simply have your hands resting onto your back. And breathe here, or interlock your fingers, stretch your elbows, look up, and maybe on the breathe out, we arch slightly. Open your heart. Work the back of the body. Here, breathe in, breathe out, we bend forward. Just go to where it feels right for you. Maybe at this point you might want to take a rest, or you might want to go deeper into the pose. Listen to your body. Belly button to the spine, keep the pose active. Breathe in, breathe out, hands back over the head. Stretch your front knee. And we go back to our wide-legged pose. You might need to bring your legs closer, especially if you're practicing on carpet. It tends to slide, unfortunately. Just go back to a nice, comfortable position. Hands to the heart. We're going to do one last forward bend. So from here, we breathe in, we breathe out, we bend from the waist. And we put our hands down onto the mat. Just relax. Here, some of you might be able to go a bit further. So you might want to walk your hands in between your legs and place your palms flat with fingers facing backwards. Just so that you can stretch a bit further. Walk them to the back of the room. Breathe. When we're ready, one more breath in. Breathe out, come back up, hands to the heart. Very good. Shake it off. We are going now towards the end of the practice. We're going to do some balances and then we're going to go down onto the floor. When you're ready, find your mountain position again. So lift your toes up and bring them back down. Ground yourself. Find a connection to the ground again. We're going to balance, so you might want to be kind to the ground. Lift your knees up. Glutes slightly engaged, shoulders roll back, hands face in the front. From here, bring your hands to the heart. And maybe stay here and breathe. Otherwise, come with me to lift your heels up, bring your weight onto the toes, try and balance here. Option, hands stay here, hands go up and wide, and or hands join at the top of our head into prayer position. Look in front of you and breathe. Relax your jaw and your face. Normally for balances we tend to tense. Maybe for the next few seconds you might want to challenge yourself and either close your eyes or look at the tip of your nose. See what happens. Find the strength. Keep grounding your toes. When we're ready here, we're going to breathe in, breathe out. We're going to bring our heels and hands to the heart. Very good, guys. Good. We felt the floor. Now we're going to try that with one leg. So we're going to do a tree pose. Tree pose is one of my favorite. Hopefully I won't fall now. When we're ready, we're going to shift our weight to our left leg. Lift our right leg slightly, our foot just up. So here, option for beginners could be to just slightly rotate the knee out, place the heel onto the ankle, and the toes can still be on the floor for some extra support. Or for if you want to challenge yourself, lift your foot to wherever feels comfortable, either calf, knee, or more advanced can go to the thigh. Here, press the sole of the foot into the leg and the leg into the sole of the foot. For very flexible people, we might want to open the hips. Try as much as possible to bring them face in the front. Long leg, glutes engaged, hands to the heart. Maybe hands go up, wide, or close the palms. Feel the connection with the earth and with the sky at the same time. Long neck. Try and find the stillness. Work together with the breath. For the last few breaths, you might want to try and close your eyes or look to the tip of your nose. Very good. Breathe in, breathe out, bring the hands and the foot down, shake that left leg. Very, very good, guys. We're going to go to the other side. Feel the floor. Shift your weight to the right. And lift your left foot, and again, beginner's option with the toes on the floor, that's absolutely fine. Or we might want to find a slightly higher pose. Advance, we go to the thigh. We bring our sole of the foot into the thigh into the sole of the foot. So this is not a seated position. We want to lift up. We want to have this glute nice and engaged and the hips facing forward. Don't worry too much about bringing your knee out. Just make it go where it goes naturally. Belly button in. When you're ready, breathe here or let hands up or join together. Don't forget to have a long spine. Tailbone drawing down to the ground, crown of the head drawing up to the ceiling. Breathe here, find the stillness. See what muscles are struggling and try and bring stillness to that part of the body. Few more breaths, maybe close your eyes. Very good. Breathe in, breathe out, we go down. Very, very good, guys. So we've got a few more. And we want to bring our toes together this time. So big toes together. That's if it's comfortable. Some people might have to go slightly apart. Just listen to your body in this case. Reach the floor with your hands, go into a crouch position. This is absolutely fine. If you're a beginner, you can stay here, or if that's what feels good for you today. Otherwise, place your hands onto your knees and straighten your spine up. Do not arch your back. Just make sure that your belly button is in. Shoulders are relaxed. Maybe we want to bring our hands to the heart. This is another chance to find the stillness. Really breathe here. This will bring strength to the lower part of our legs. Breathe here. Feel the strength in the core to keep you balancing. One more breath. When you're ready, place your hands behind you and sit on the floor. We're going to go into we're going to lie on our back. Here, what you want to do, you want to have your knees bent and feet on the floor. Just make sure that the knees, ankles, hips and shoulders are in line. So we don't want our knees to be out or in or our feet turned. So make a nice straight line from the toes all the way up to the shoulders. Relax your neck down. We're going to go into bridges. So what we're going to do, we're going to breathe in, belly button goes into the spine and tailbone tucks in. Breathe out, we're going to lift our hips up and we're going to go to a bridge pose. We're going to breathe here. Very important that we don't go past the bridge. Just make a nice diagonal lines from the knees to the shoulders. Try to keep your neck straight. Maybe gently press your palms into the ground. Breathe here. We've done a lot of forward back bends, so this is a chance for the back to work. Breathe in, breathe out, roll back down from the spine, hips alas. Very good. We do this 2 more times. So we're going to breathe in, tuck your tailbone in, belly button to the spine, lift the hips. Breathe out, up, stay. Now here, you're welcome to stay here or place the hands underneath you, interlock the fingers, stretch the elbows and squeeze the shoulder blades together. That just sends the body a little bit higher to intensify that arch in the back and to strengthen the back even further. It's very important that we don't put any pressure onto the lower back. So if that feels uncomfortable, go back to the previous position or just simply go back down all the way. When we're ready, breathe in, breathe out, unlock the shoulders from the body and the fingers and go down, roll. Very good, last one. Breathe in, tuck your tailbone in, belly button to the spine. Breathe out, lift. And either stay here. You can go to the interlock position again, or you can lift your hands behind your back, behind your head, so that the thumbs are on the floor. Stay here. We're staying here a few breaths. We should feel the back working now. Very good. Breathe in here, breathe out, roll down and hands come down. Very good. We're almost there. So we're going to bring our knees onto our chest and give yourself a nice squeeze. We might want to rock side to side. If your lower back is particularly tight, you might want to do little circles with the legs. Not too big, just little. Just like a little massage of the back. Very good. When you're ready, let your left leg stretch down. Keep the right knee onto the chest. Squeeze it, stretch. And either stay here or place your the sole of the foot onto the leg. Choose which height. It could be the ankle, maybe the knee or the thigh and bring your right knee to the left of your body. Let it fall down. Maybe you want to place your left hand onto your right knee. Either stay here or bring the right hand shoulder height with this elbow stretched to the side, and maybe look to the right for a nice twist. We're starting to cool down, so make sure that your breath is nice and deep. Breathe into the twist now. Breathe into the lower side of the right back. And breathe in, bring the knee back to the middle. Squeeze. Breathe out, bring it back down. Great. Change legs. Left leg to the chest. Left foot onto the thigh, knee or ankle, and let it drop to the right side of the body. Now here, you might want to place your left hand shoulder height and maybe look to the left to go a bit deeper into the twist. Breathe to the lower back. Breathe where the twist feels like it needs to go a little bit looser. Very good. Bring the knee back to the chest. And maybe join it with the right leg as well. Last little back stretch. Here you can stay here and just rock, or maybe grab the outside of each foot with each hand and let the sole of the feet face the ceiling to a happy baby position. Here, just with the pressure of the hands onto the feet, just press them down towards the ceiling so that you can feel a stretch inside the hips and the lower back. If you want to go a bit further, maybe you want to stretch one leg and then maybe the other. Some of you might want to do both at the same time. Just stay here for a few more breaths. And when you're ready, squeeze the knees back to the chest and let the feet slide down to an outstretched position. Hands behind the head. Have a stretch here like you've just got out of bed. Breathe in, breathe out. Let the hands go back down and let your feet flop to the side. Maybe place the back of your hands onto the mat, palms facing up, and the fingers curl. We're going into our Shavasana. Just take a moment to get comfy. You might want to get a blanket or cushion or something behind your back. Stay laid down, and I'm going to guide you through a little relaxation. Now from your lay down position, just take a deep breath in and fill your stomach, your lungs, your shoulders, and hold it for a second. And when you hold it for a bit, just let it go, breathe out through your mouth. We're going to do that 2 more times if that feels nice. We're going to breathe in through the nose. We're going to hold it. And we're going to breathe out. Last one, we're going to breathe in. Hold. And with this last one, just let everything go. All the tension, all the thoughts have gone. Try and keep this sense of emptiness and just stillness in the mind. Bring your attention to your feet and relax your feet, the sole of your feet, the front of your feet, your toes. Just imagine that they're melting into the ground, they become heavy. Move up to your ankles. Let your ankles melt onto the ground. Up to your shins, your calves. Let them relax. Relax your knees, the back of your legs, your thighs. Relax the front of your hips, and then relax deeper into your hips, the bones, your glutes, Your tailbone relaxes into the ground. When you're ready, move up to the lower back, relax the lower back, relax your belly. Just imagine the belly is just supported by the ground, you don't have to hold it. Move up to the solar plexus, relax your rib cage, relax the part in between your ribs. Don't forget the back of the ribs, the attachment to the spine. Come further up and relax your heart. Relax the chest. Relax the top of your shoulders. Go down to the side of your shoulders. Relax your upper arms, your elbows. Relax your forearms, your hands, your fingers. Let them sink into the ground. Come back up and relax your neck. Relax your jaw. Relax your tongue inside your mouth. Relax your lips. Relax behind your ears. Relax your temples, your cheekbones. Relax your eyes, your eyebrows. Relax the space in between your eyebrows. Relax your forehead. Come up to your crown of your head and relax the crown of your head. And let that relaxation be like a warm shower trickling down to your body, showering your body with relaxation. Enjoy the fact that the ground is supporting you. Let everything go. Be reassured that you're supported. Breathe here. Let go of everything else. You're more than welcome to stay here and maybe keep your meditation going, or you might want to just now gently start wiggling your toes and fingers. Just very, very gentle. Come back to be aware of your surroundings. Maybe start being aware of your breath again and the noise around you. And when you're ready, very, very gentle. Turn to your favorite side. Keep your eyes closed and relax. And when you're ready, very slowly, very gently, find your way to a sitting position. Bring the back of the hands onto the knees, palms facing up. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your hands there or bring them to the heart in a prayer position. Take a moment to thank yourself for taking this time for yourself. Try and see how you feel. See if that intention is the same. Try and keep this feeling of relaxation with you throughout the day or the night for those going to sleep. And when you're ready, bring your thumbs to the forehead to remind yourself to think good thoughts. Bring the thumbs to the mouth to remind yourself to speak kind words. Ultimately, bring your thumbs to the heart to remember ourselves to be kind to ourselves and to one another. Bow your head. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining me, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I hope that those of you going to sleep feel relaxed and ready for a nice sleep. Thank you so much again, George, for having me, and Project Saute for all you do for the dancers to bring all this content. And also, guys, if you have any questions or feedbacks, they're always very welcome. Please get in touch with me through my Facebook or my Instagram. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it, and have a nice day or night, depending on where you are. Thank you very much.